Imagine a remote, wind-swept island inhabited by burly Vikings. Their main pastime and also their greatest challenge is fighting dragons. Yes, on the Isle of Berk, life is defined by the constant battle against these fire-breathing beasts. But what happens when someone doesn't fit these warrior molds? Welcome to Believe and Show. I'm your host Paul. So today we are going to talk about the latest DreamWorks live-action movie, How to Train Your Dragon, adaptation from the animated film 15 years after its release, and is set to premiere in theaters in June 13, 2025. But what can we expect from this movie? Let's recap a bit of the plot to find out if the live-action version will be faithful to its original story. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell button, and follow us on our social media. So the live-action film How to Train Your Dragon premieres in theaters on June 13, 2025. The film had its debut at CinemaCon on April 2nd, 2025, and its theatrical release, it's scheduled for June 13 in the United States. The sequel is expected to be released on June 11th, 2027, according to Wikipedia. Our protagonist is a teenager who defies all Vikings' expectations. Jacob, masterfully voiced by Jay Baruchel, scrawny, clumsy, and top it all off, has a rather peculiar sense of humor that doesn't fit at all with the seriousness of his tribe. Well, to add more pressure, who do you think is the tribal chief? None other than his father, Stoic the Bast, an impulsive Viking with the powerful voice of Gerard Butler. The relationship between the father and son is tense, with Stoic expecting Jacob to be the warrior he's not. Well, long story short, he is enrolled in dragon training, where he meets Astrid and other characters played by America Ferrera, Jonah Hill, and Christopher Mintz-Plasse, among others. Also Kristen Wiig and T.J. Miller. But the thing is, well, they form an unlikely team that provides us with moments of laughter, and sometimes great danger. Well, long story short, he meets the Night Fury dragon, and yes, they began to have this friendship, and well, basically through their interactions, he understands that dragons are not the savage beasts that his people have always believed them to be. They have intelligence, personality, and yes, even the capacity to be friends. Okay, so did you know that this film, actually based on Cressida Cowell's book, had a budget of $165 million? The original film grossed more than $494 million according to Box Office Mojo data. But this success didn't stop there. The entire How to Train Your Dragon franchise has soared, grossing over $1.6 billion worldwide, making it the 11th highest grossing animated franchise of all time. It's a testament to the power of its story, its characters, and its incredible animation. How to Train Your Dragon is much more than an adventure film. It's a story about friendship, acceptance, the courage to change the perspective of an entire community, and it teaches us that true strength doesn't always lie in the sword or brute force, but in understanding and connection. But what can we expect from the live action version? Well, according to the trailers we've seen of the film, the visual aspect of the animated version is well respected, as are the similarities with the original characters, except for the character of Astrid, who in the trailers does not look much like her animated counterpart, nor does she appear tough and imposing. Although we haven't seen much of her personality, we will discover if it's more faithful to the original material or if it will be a slightly more free adaptation. Visually, at least, dragons look quite similar, almost a carbon copy of the animated version. All of the characters, well, most part of them, look like their animated version, as does Stoic. So, the action scenes look impressive, worthy of a film of this type. And this film will be released in IMAX format, so it will be worth seeing in this format and will give a more special feeling than usual. I don't know about you, but I'm quite excited to go see this movie, which is a family film that looks pretty fun. Seeing the impressive special effects and the whole plot will be a delight. Although I don't expect a carbon copy of the animated film, I do believe that overall it will be a very entertaining and fun movie that the whole family will be able to enjoy. What do you think about this? Comment and follow us on social media. Please don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell button, follow us, and see you the next time. Bye.